Ngwena Village does not appear on most maps anymore. Even when it did, travelers rarely stopped. The road that led there narrowed without warning, the trees pressing close as if trying to close it off entirely. People who passed through said the air felt heavier, like something unseen was watching, waiting for the sun to go down. Ngwena was quiet in the daytime. Too quiet. The houses stood close together, their walls stained by years of rain and smoke. Doors stayed shut even when the heat was unbearable. Windows were small, covered with cloth or boards. No music, no children playing. No animals wandering freely. Everyone moved as if they were counting time. I arrived just before the sun began to sink, unaware of how important that moment was. I had been driving for hours, fuel low, phone dead, the forest swallowing the road on both sides. When I saw the first house, I felt relief so sharp it almost hurt. A man standing by the roadside watched me park. He was old, thin, his eyes clouded like he'd seen too much night. "You should not be here after sunset," he said before I even spoke. "I just need a place to rest," I replied. "I'll leave first thing in the morning." His mouth tightened. "If you hear children tonight," he said quietly, "you must not follow them. No matter what they say, no matter how they sound." I laughed nervously, thinking he was joking. He didn't react. "They are not children," he added. "They belong to the dark." He pointed me toward a small hut near the edge of the village, close to the trees. I didn't realize then that no one else lived that close to the forest. As the sun disappeared, Ngwena Village changed. It wasn't sudden. It was slow, like a breath being held. Fires were extinguished, doors shut. Even insects seemed to quiet. The forest beyond the huts grew thick with shadow, the trees bending inward, their branches tangling like arms. I lay awake on a thin mattress, listening. That was when I heard footsteps. Bare feet on dirt. They stopped just outside my hut. A small voice drifted through the cracks in the wall. "Please," it said, "we are lost." Another voice followed, softer, trembling. "Our mother told us to ask you." My heart began to race. The voices sounded real, scared, young. I moved toward the door, then froze as the old man's warning echoed in my head. "Do not follow them." I stayed silent. The voices continued for a long time, circling the hut, whispering, pleading, calling my name even though I had never told them what it was. Eventually, they faded back into the trees. In the morning, I noticed something strange. The ground outside my hut was marked with many small footprints. They faced inward toward the door. None led away. When I asked a woman fetching water about the children, her face drained of color. "We do not speak of them in daylight," she said. "Daytime keeps them asleep." I began to notice what Ngwena was missing. There were no graves for children. No toys, no laughter, yet every adult carried a look of deep, exhausted fear, as if they had once loved something and lost it in the worst possible way. The second night, the knocking came. Gentle, careful. "Open," a voice whispered. "It's cold." I pressed my back against the wall, shaking. The knocking became scratching, nails dragging slowly across wood. Then came laughter. Soft, broken laughter that echoed from many mouths at once. When it finally stopped, I didn't sleep at all. By the third day, someone was gone. A woman who sold maize by the road never opened her stall. Her hut stood empty, cooking fire cold, her walking stick abandoned outside. No one searched. No one cried. That night, the voices changed. They sounded closer, stronger. One cried openly now, sobbing so hard it made my chest ache. "I don't want to stay in the dark," the voice whimpered. "Please, come with us." Against every warning, I opened the door. A boy stood there no older than 7. His eyes reflected no light. His skin looked stretched too tightly over his face. Behind him, the forest moved. More children stepped forward, emerging from shadow. Some had swollen limbs. Some dragged twisted legs. Some smiled with mouths that opened far too wide. "We just want to show you something," they said together. I tried to close the door, but the air felt thick, heavy, pressing me forward. The ground beneath my feet was no longer hard. It felt soft, wet. The forest swallowed us. Time disappeared inside the trees. The children moved without sound, floating just above the earth. They led me to a stream that glimmered faintly in the dark. Ngwena River. I saw faces in the water, adult faces, frozen in terror. Mouths open in silent screams. The children crouched beside the river. "This is where we were left," they whispered. When the floods came, when the village chose itself over us. I understood then. Long ago, Ngwena Village had sacrificed its children to survive a great flood. They tied them together, left them near the river, promised to return. They never did. The forest kept the children, raised them in darkness, taught them how to call, how to lure, how to take. Some adults who followed them returned, but not whole. They became watchers. Warning signs. Empty shells meant to keep the secret alive. You followed us before, one child said, touching my chest. You just forgot. I don't remember how I escaped. I only remember running, branches tearing at my skin, the sound of many small feet chasing behind me, laughing, crying, calling my name. I woke up at dawn on the road. Ngwena Village was gone. No huts, no people. Just forest and a dry riverbed. People tell me it was exhaustion, a dream. But sometimes, just after sunset, I hear barefoot footsteps outside my window, and a soft voice whispers, "Please, come back. We're still waiting."